It represents a week that, for the most part, Virgo, you are going to be always in a beneficial side because you can't do the job with James. Robert will always be available for you. That is what's going to help you. Hello, you beautiful people. Welcome to the channel. It's Rad. And in this video, you can watch a forecast for your star sign for the upcoming week, June 16th up until June 22nd. 2025. And if you happen to be interested for a personal reading, you can go to my website, which link you can find in the description down below. And there at the very front page, you can see a full list of my services and also their pricing. So based on your budget and also your needs, you can go for whichever one suits you best. Now, with that said, let's jump right away to the forecast. This reading is going to be for Virgo Sun, Moon, and also Virgo Rising. So if you're here because you're born under the Virgo sign, then you can extract from the reading the subjects of the week, things that are going to happen to you, situations, people, goals, dreams, etc., etc. If you're here because your moon, though, is in Virgo, then you can extract from the reading the way that you're going to feel going through your week. And finally, if your rising sign is in Virgo, then you can extract from the reading the best way how you can tackle stuff around. So listening to all three should give you guys a pretty good idea what kind of a week you're going to have ahead. So with that said, the first card for you, Virgo, that will be Knight of Swords, followed by the second one, which stands for the Hangman. Now moving on next, that will be Page of Swords. And the final main card of your spread, that will be Six of Pentacles. Now to the Page of Swords, we do have Death. So that is I will just touch on the Page of Swords very briefly here at first, because it's quite amazing. These are very rare people. These are people with indomitable will that always are looking for a way forward. And it's a positive character in your week. But starting up with the first card here, which represents the topic of your week, the subject as well of your week. It represents a week that, for the most part, Virgo, you are going to be always in a beneficial side, because throwing yourself into the situations forward, there is always going to be an option that will serve you, that is going to be in your favor, that will simultaneously going to work for you and for everybody that you do care about being involved in these projects or in these situations. And it will be an option that you would enjoy being a part of. But in order to reach to that option, you have to, well, that is a fine balance here. Lean toward your intelligence and toward your wisdom rather than toward your emotions and toward your passion, should I say. But this is going to be a week that what is going to be at stake, it's a big part of your life. Now, obviously, for your individual lives, Virgo, that will be very different from one Virgo to another, right? For some of you, maybe your relationship, for others, maybe your business, maybe your career, what you consider most life-sustaining right now, it will be that subject that the week is going to focus on, and it will put you into these situations that you're always going to have that option that is going to simultaneously serve you very well and also is going to be pleasant for you to be a part of. And then the second card kicks in, which is the Hangman, and this is the not the situation, but the place of the reading, the position of the card, that it is what is going to hold you back. Now, very often going through your week, dealing with situations in dealing with enterprises, you are going to find yourself being very, very annoyed, because very prominent is going to be the state that you have done your job, right? What have been asked from you, your part of the deal, right? Your part of the performance is going to be done, might I add, almost immaculately. But from the other side, there will be almost no progress, at least at first. Okay? That is no different than working with someone on a pretty big deal. You've done your calculations. Now the other person has to present them, but they aren't done with the presentation. And so the whole pitch is going to slog. It's just is going to be set on halt until the presenter does that presentation. And nothing you can do about it. So while this will be a real setback for you in many instances going through the week, that doesn't mean that you can't use the time for a productive stuff. With the hangman, people usually can use that time to see the world in a different perspective, to obtain different perspectives of stuff, or transformed into the material world. That is like thinking of situations that you feel stuck into and seeing them through different light and being able to use the disadvantage into a advantage. But also the hangman here as a card represents that at some point there is going to be a there is going to be unshackling. So it's just a matter of time, and that is what's going to hold you back, the impatience from you to pass that time. So for those of you, Virgo, who are very, very patient, then it's not going to be a big deal. But for those of you who aren't, you may happen to scamper around trying to figure out a way, but alas, you won't be able to do the job of someone else going through the week. And what is going to help you here, like I said at the start of the reading, it is this person, Page of Swords with the Death card. That is a individual with indomitable will to find a way through. So if the original person is not able to do the job that they are supposed to, or is able to do their part of the bargain, the deal, the promise, and so on and so forth, there are going to be always someone who will be able to do so. So if you can't do the job with James, Robert will always be available for you. That is what's going to help you. The ability, the capability from you to always change participants and always change options for a partnerships and for as well collaboration, to a point where you can always rely on certain individuals, that you can make a good cooperation and ultimately, you know, reach whatever destination you do have bestowed upon yourself. These are usually people that comes at the last minute, when just before everything kind of like crumbles or go down the drain, and they are savior of the day. So they are to save your situations and push things forward. And by the end of the week, or how things are wrapping up for you here with the Six of Pentacles, Virgo, it's kind of peculiar, but these partnerships are going to be due time. And by the end of the week, you will see that you no longer need these third parties or second parties and so on and so forth, in order to what is important for you to depend on you personally and no one else. And so I don't know how you are going to feel at that point. I would feel awesome, because I will know that, yes, what is vital for the happiness of my life it is within my hands, and only I can either worsen it or improve it. And that is going to bring a lot of calmness, for lack of better expression here, a lot of peace of mind and steadiness of your life, of your love life, of your career as well, knowing that it comes to you. I don't know how to even put it into words, knowing that the rewards are yours to take, and the failures from there on moving forward are yours to blame. And so if you are conscientious about your situations and you truly want to see yourself being successful and so on, then that will be completely within your own hands, and no one can influence that development. So you will have something personal by the end of the week that no one can ruin for you. And so that was your week here, Virgo. That was the reading of your week. Hopefully you do enjoy it and you do liked it. And if you did, you can subscribe to the channel, leave a like, comment on the video as well if you feel so. And hopefully we're going to see each other next time. Until then, bye.